Hi guys, welcome back to It's All Light. I'm your host, Natalie Baugh, and here's a little bit belated episode. Didn't quite get it out on Tuesday, but I'm getting it out now, and we're celebrating that. And I'm lucky to have none other than my producer, George, here joining me tonight.
Hello, Natalie. How are you?
I'm so good. We set up two little stools, so because usually there's one chair and the mic, but now George and I are sitting side by side, and he's gonna help me today for today's episode.
Yeah.
It's a little untraditional episode. We'll get George back another time for a more traditional episode. But first, George, give us like a few fun facts about yourself.
Fun facts about me. I was born in Canada. I have a big family. Love Utah. Don't want to move away because Costa Vida is here. And that's not very common in other places. I love like my family, my nieces and nephews. And I'm very opinionated about dating, especially here in Utah. So Natalie pulled me in for this one.
Yeah. And what are some other fun facts about George? He's really tall.
I am tall. 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4".
Play ping pong. That's my thing.
Yeah. And George and I met, I think, on a dating app initially.
Initially, yes.
Last year, about this time, a little bit before this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met up and made a TikTok together. Because George is a big TikToker, and I was like, I was in the groove. Well, not really. Never got in the groove, but I was on TikTok more. So we started hanging out and then just became good friends. And then he has this gaming setup because he's like in the top 20 of the nation, probably.
I wish.
He's just a really good gamer. So for all you gamer people out there, it's TVTTPV. We're going to have him say that for you.
We'll like insert it here.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can catch this on YouTube as well. All my episodes are on YouTube. If you ever want to see who I'm talking to, it's displayed nicely. Okay, but we digress. Okay. Right before we move on from George, what are a few things you light up about, just because the theme here?
The thing that I light up about, I have to say, like, family. Like, I went and visited my parents last week.
In California, right?
In California, yeah. So it's like they came out here for a little bit, and I drove them back, just hung out. It was just, like, really cool. I actually witnessed a miracle. My mom saved someone's life.
What?
Like, yeah, we went to, like, the gym, and my mom literally saved someone's life.
What were they doing?
They live in, like, a senior living home where it's, like, 55 and above, like, in, like, the whole community, right? And there was just, like, an old man, and he was riding the elliptical, had a heart attack and fell over, and my mom was like, we were going to the pool, and my mom walked in, saved the guy's life, did CPR.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. His parents are lovely. I've met them.
Yeah.
And yeah, his nieces and nephews are the cutest things ever.
I've got a million of them. I've got 17. So lots of nieces and nephews.
Are you the youngest?
No, I've got two younger sisters.
Okay, he has two younger sisters.
Yeah.
Well, there's some fun things about George. We'll definitely get him on another time because he's passionate about a lot of things. Yeah, especially like basketball stuff too, and
ping pong. That's my
thing.
Ping pong, guys.
Darts. This could go on and on. So, real quick, I took some polls on my Instagram, and we're just going to discuss them and read the answers to you guys, because that's sometimes what the audience likes to hear. So, I'll also post the results on my It's All Light gram that you can look at. So, the first poll was, I find people to date ... at parties, at church activities, on dating apps, or serendipitously meeting. George, guess which one was the highest?
Dating apps.
Yep, 29%. Followed by church or activities, 26%. Serendipitously meeting, and then last at parties. Interesting enough.
Very
I feel
interesting.
Like the mindset for parties is you just to go to a party and have fun. You're not like banking on meeting someone to date there. Right?
True. Also, I feel like there's like two definitions of dating in Utah. There's like dating to go and have fun, or there's dating to meet married. Somebody. Yeah. And so I feel like this question could have been split up into two and been like, where do you find people that you actually want to date versus just go on fun dates with?
Yeah. Good point. We'll have to do that in the next round of polls.
Yeah, because I think most people find like who they really want to hang out with and date at like events or at a party.
Yeah, because then you get the full vibe of them.
And you have similar friends. So it's like you have similar friends. You have already like similarities that you like kick your...
You enjoy hanging out together too.
Exactly.
I mean, all marriage is spending time with someone.
I think there's something else with taxes too. But...
Yeah, maybe. You just got to enjoy spending time with them.
Yeah.
If people didn't catch on, these dating polls were somewhat selfish. I'm like so curious to know people's thoughts relating to me in my situation. Not the first one. The first one was trying to be general, but like the other ones you'll hear, I think are helpful for me, but also just helpful for other people in this space. So the next question was a poll saying, I want to get married sooner than later. Yes, no, just whatever, whenever it happens. Majority of people said yes. Most people want to get married sooner than later. Is that manifested? I don't think so.
Wow. They want to get married sooner?
Yeah, 63% said they want to get married sooner than later. 31% said, yeah, whenever it happens. And 6% said no.
Wow, 6% said no. Wow.
So, yeah, 53 people voted yes. They, like, sooner than later, they'd like to get married. And I know that, like, at least for me, that's my life goals include becoming a wife and a mom. And the sooner I do that, in a sense, the better. And spiritual plug President Oaks talked about in the YSA devotional, just like when you get married, that opens up new doors for personal development just in that dynamic. So it's like, stop prolonging improving yourself when that's like a step that could improve just life in general and becoming the best version of yourself.
I think you have to be the best version, because I feel like that's like a big step back for me, is like, I don't want to get married because the best version of myself is not who I am today. I could be better, right?
Right. Oh, no, we all could. I think just sometimes that holds people back from just getting married.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's like, you're still going to be developing whether together or not, but sometimes when you're with someone else, you can develop faster and in the ways you need to.
And
which is why just marriage is pushed a little bit.
Develop closer together. I see.
Which is the point.
Maybe
I mean, everyone has their own
idea.
different belief system, but that was just shared on the Worldwide Devotional if you were curious about that. But yeah, there are so many benefits to being married. In my decision-making class, we talked about just like the benefits of being single versus being married. And like, there were more than you'd think with getting married. I mean, there's the obvious ones, but it's like, honestly, financially, you are better off married.
This is true. You get a lot more discounts. You can buy a house easier when you're married. Wait, so how would you have answered this one? Do you want to get married sooner rather than later?
Yeah, but then when I'm in the thick of it, it gets complicated and I start to overthink. So like, we all say that, but like the actual practice of it is pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Which it takes a lot of faith as well as just knowing what you want, right?
Yeah.
Those who know what they want get married because they just do it and they find it and they just choose it,
that's
right?
That's true. I feel like I'm more of the third one, just
really?
Whenever it happens.
And honestly, that's kind of been my mindset my whole life. I think that's why I'm 27 and not married. In Utah, that seems old, right?
Guys, I'm 28.
Are you?
Yeah.
I thought you were younger than me.
No, I'm way older than you. Are you kidding me?
I forgot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just look young.
That's an interesting poll.
Baby complexion.
Okay, the next one's a fun one. It's called For Married Couples. What's the best part of marriage? Okay.
We're going to do the G version.
So there's a lot of these actually, and I'm excited to read some of these. So I'll read one, and then George will read some.
Okay.
So someone said having someone that gets your quirks.
Someone else said stability. You have someone who is on your team and always aware of your heart.
Laughing together.
Even if you disagree or do things differently, you are on the same team. Oh, okay.
Being with your person always.
Not having to sleep separately. Go home at night. Go home anyway. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not having to say goodbye at the end of the night.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, the moments when you are just catching up and you remember your best friends all the time. Aw.
It's kind of fun.
These are cute.
Not having to leave each other at the end of the night. You're always with your bestie.
Aw. Getting to do life with your best friend. Very similar.
Someone said falling in love over and over again.
Oopsies. Does that mean that they fell out of love?
I think it's a continuous thing.
Okay.
Love just grows. You fall more and more in love with people.
Yeah, you keep falling down that hole, hey? No, just kidding. Okay, feeling settled in life and not dating anymore. Well, constant companionship and support. Oh, that's good.
That does sound nice. Being married to someone who makes you happy, a better person, and is your best friend.
Consistent support, being loved for the real you, forever bestie.
Kicking life's ass with your partner and conquering every aspect of life.
Okay, turns out it's PG. Sorry. Not G.
I'll say the British R.
I think that's a donkey. Okay, doing life together, knowing that you have someone that has your back. Very similar to someone else's response. I like it.
I hadn't thought of that in a way, but it's so true.
Yeah, you get like your coach in your boxing ring. They're in the corner always, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said everything. Haha, literally though. Evenings with your person, saying goodnight, not goodbye.
G-rated. Okay, very good. Living with your BFF.
The companionship and unconditional love that pushes you to dream big.
They are just your person, a constant, and they're just always there.
That is nice to know someone's always there.
Yeah.
Always having an emotional support human that you love and trust, not feeling lonely.
Oh my gosh. It's like a support animal.
But support human for your life. Honestly, that's what a partnership is, someone to support you in your corner, like you said.
I mean, I filled that role with TikTok. My TikTok is my emotional support. TikTok, nice. Okay. Someone that's always by my side.
My mom wrote that one, and she put always in quotes. I get it now.
You get it?
It just took me a second. Yeah, because they're not literally side by side, but he's there.
Yeah,
he's there for her. Wow, my brain.
Oh,
Okay.
It's okay. It's all right now.
Someone said not dating anymore.
Yeah, that's the second person. Okay, finally being able to fully live life together.
Having a partner who just gets you and knowing that they picked, that of all the people in the world, they picked you.
Got stuck with who?
They picked you. That's pretty cute, though. It's true. It is your choice. You choose who you're with.
Yeah, it's like out of all the fish in the sea, they picked you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a companion to do life with.
Being with your best friend all the time. They're the first person you see in the morning. Kind of fun.
Yeah, but then like bad breath and all, you know.
Yeah, bed breath's the worst.
Bad breath.
Morning breath.
The next person says everything.
Nice. There's a lot there, Moose. I'm calling you out. You gotta go into detail here next time. Someone said having a best friend all the time.
Hanging out with your best friend all the time.
There we go. Having a partner in all aspects of life, and just a constant buddy.
Living life with your best friend, another best friend.
Built-in best friend, experiencing life together, growing with each other. And the last one?
Having someone to share all of life's experiences with, bringing different skills to the table. Ooh, I like that one. Who wrote that one? Aspen.
Shout out to Aspen. I love Aspen, too.
That one's a W response.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of them are similar, but I love the ones that were a little bit more unique, just because it gives us something to think about as we look for partnerships or as we're in a partnership. And if you don't feel these things in your partnership or your marriage, and you want to shake things up, you could focus on different aspects and grow in any of these areas, which I think is kind of cool. Nice.
There were so many things about best friends.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like a common denominator. Is like best friend is who like you end up dating.
You spend your time with. Although my coworker Luke, shout out to Luke, him and I carpool to work, so we have lots of chats. I should just record them and make a podcast out of it.
Oh my gosh.
But he said he doesn't. I was like, oh, are you like best friends with your wife? And he goes, no. He's like, my best friends I joke around with. We're funny. I swear at them, whatever. He's like, my wife is on a higher level. So yeah, obviously they're close and they're friends, and probably best friends in the sense of most people responding. But he's like, I don't call her my best friend. I call her my wife. You know, he views that as like a regal position, which it is.
Yeah, she's got her own crown and like her own everything.
But that doesn't discount their awesome relationship that's like best friends, you know. It's just, I think, with a little bit more added respect. I mean, you have some friends that you totally joke with and tease, and you know, sometimes they're a little bit more rough with, but I feel like I love that aspect of wife versus best friend.
I feel like you go and get in trouble with your friends. Like you go get pulled over by the cops by Drag Race in Geneva.
Yeah.
But you don't kiss your best friends. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. There's also best friends too where you can go to for anything. You talk for hours. I think that's the sense people generally mean, right?
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But don't kiss your best friends.
Unless they're your wife or husband. Okay. Interesting thoughts there. All right. On for the next poll. I had people ask me a question.
Ooh.
I only got 4, so, you know, after all those responses, not a lot of people wanted to ask me questions. We'll have to do that again. So someone said, if you could go anywhere for 1 week and money was no object, where would you go? Africa?
Africa's very large.
No, I'm trying to think of an expensive place. Switzerland. Switzerland's expensive, and I want it all paid for, and I want to see the whole country. So, yeah, Switzerland.
Switzerland, okay.
I've been to Zurich for a day, but I need to go back and see Bern and Lucerne and all those other places. Okay, George, what about you?
I'm not going to go with you because that sounds cold. I feel like you're going to be walking through mountains the whole time.
Unless you're in the summer.
And walking through the mountains?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sound of Music, life.
Oh, gosh. They were running. They were running for their lives.
Yeah, that's true.
Where would I go?
1 week, all expenses paid for.
I'd probably go to Hawaii. I feel like there's a lot of cool things. I've never
Yes.
been to Hawaii,
Hawaii's a
and
dream.
I feel like there's like a million things you can do. And if you have a whole week and it's all expenses paid, oh my gosh, they better have Mountain Dew. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say.
They have mountains and dew.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, someone said, "Do you still fear commitment?" Yeah, I would probably say yes. It's gotten a lot better, but marriage still scares me oddly, and I'm breaking down that barrier. You know,
Yeah.
it's like we've been talking about. It's a wonderful thing. People are pushed to do it, and I'm just breaking down whatever personal issues I have. And maybe it is commitment because for me this is eternity and it's huge, and I think I'm putting pressure onto commitment, and so it's freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you can have commitment issues about other things. So I
Yeah,
think
do I still fear commitment? Yeah, at times. Do you feel fear commitment?
all the time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for a job right now, and currently people have offered me jobs, and I'm like, I don't want to work for you because what if it doesn't look good on my resume? And I feel like the same thing
To
goes
commit
along
to
with
something,
dating.
huh?
It's like if you're dating somebody, and what if they're not the person that you want to marry? It's like, is it going to look bad on your dating resume? Being like, oh, this is the last person I was dating, and the next person you start going out with, they're like, that's who you were dating? Like, I must be out of your league.
Oh, I've never really thought about that.
This is what guys sometimes think about.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Someone said, "What are you looking for in your husband?"
Money. Just kidding. I like girls.
You take my money. I'm looking for, someone who loves God. I've always had humor up there pretty high. I love to laugh. Someone who's willing to go on adventures and in a sense, keep up with me, but, like, keep me grounded. Someone to help me get through my thoughts that are never ending. But yeah, loves God, humor, adventurous, family-oriented. I'm trying to remember my list of 10 that we had
You have
a
10?
few episodes back. Just like a list of 10 things that you're like your most important make it or break it things. And then, like, if you know what you're looking for, then you'll more easily find it. Someone who's driven. I can't remember what else was on my list. But yeah, I feel like my top 3 are loves God, humor, and willing to be adventurous and do life with me. I mean, that's anything but just my life can get kind of chaotic at times, and just someone to enjoy the chaos with me.
Yeah, someone to stay on their toes to keep up. Yeah. I feel like one of mine, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of mine, and it would be for a wife. I'd be looking for a wife.
Let's clarify that.
I feel like she's got to be able to teach me, because like I love to learn, and like, my wife's got to be smart, so she's got to be willing to like just like sit down and teach me stuff.
That was on my 10. Like, just kind of intelligent, or like you can have conversationist, but as well as like their strengths and your weaknesses, and you can help balance each other out and teach each other. Yeah, I mean, I started this podcast because I love learning, and I think that just fills a cup I have in my life. I just need that filled, and I love talking about books reading or reading books together, and that's just, I mean, definitely not perfect at it. Some of those areas I haven't really tapped into, but I'm working on it, and like in a partnership, working on what's important and helping each other.
I like it.
I hate being parented though, like in a relationship. I think that's not good. But finding a way to teach that's in a partnership, not in higher than the other.
Yeah.
I think that's something I want to work on.
But also you want the best for your partner, so it's like if your partner's like messing up or doing something that's not like correct,
then you want to teach them.
You want to help them, and it might be through teaching, and it has to be like in like such a good intention that they know that you're not like stepping on like their like pride or whatever, It's like
right.
You want to be there and be like, hey, this is out of love. Like I want to make sure that we're both moving forward, and
yeah.
If you think the world's not round, then we need to talk about this first.
Yeah, I just went through a 7 Habits of Highly Effective People seminar. It was 4 days, split into 2 weeks, and we totally talked about that. And it's filling your emotional bank account. So it's like you put in that trust and love, so that when you need to take a withdrawal, it's like you're taking from something and not just pulling someone out.
Yeah, you don't want to be the leech. You want to be the thing that's filling up the cup.
Yeah, I love that. So then the last question was, why are guys so nervous to ask girls on dates? Gonna defer that to you, George.
Okay, guys, let's talk about this. There was like a statistic on dating apps, 90% of girls do not respond back to guys.
Oh,
90%. So even after they match, 90% of the girls do not respond.
guilty.
Okay, so that's
Back in the day.
I don't think that's a problem, okay? But if you go and talk to a girl in public and you start talking to her, you don't ask her out right away. You get their phone number and then you start talking. And so it's a different motive and it's like a different start. But the fact that guys are so nervous is because they don't know what other guys you're talking to and they don't want to step on toes because it's like everyone's like competing for this one person. But if you're competing, you're already losing, right? That's what I think.
If you're competing, you're already losing. What does that mean?
Well, it's like, let's say that you're talking to two guys and you're like dating, but you're afraid to date one person because you like the other person a little bit too.
Okay.
And so you're kind of hesitant.
Yeah.
That makes me think that we're not the right, we're not compatible because you're hung up on something else and I'm not the complete package.
Ooh.
You know, it's like, if that's already the case, move on. There's someone else out there that's better fit. So guys are afraid to ask you out because they don't know what situation you're in. They want to get to know you better before they step on toes. It's like, what if you're dating your brother or something? You know, like, I don't know where you come from. That's a joke. Don't date your brother. But guys are nervous to ask you out probably because you're attractive too. Attractive girls are harder to talk to.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes you might as well see if, like, ask them out. You never know. You never know.
Girls, do not ask guys out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
George. I used to probably do that a little too much back when I was dating.
I feel like there's certain situations where it's like better, where it's like if you guys are like really good friends and you guys have never gone out and you're just like friends and the girl's like wanting to be ask out because the guy's gonna stay in the friend zone. He's gonna be cool with it.
That's it. That's a good point.
And then he's gonna wait 2 years and tell you that he's in love with you. But by that time you'll be married.
So, might as well act. What do you got to lose? 30 Seconds of Insane Courage. Name that movie.
And a friend. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
No.
Just kidding.
It's something with zoo in it.
Zoolander?
No. Zoo something. It's a cute one. All right. The next poll says, your life is different than you expected. Yes or no? Guess what the answer was, George?
I think it's going to be yes.
Yeah, a 92% yes. Yeah, I think life never goes according to what we think. So it's like, I'm trying to catch myself now and be like, okay, what am I thinking my future is going to look like? And try to erase that, because if I back myself up 5 years ago and see where I am now, it's completely different than where I thought I'd be.
Yeah.
Let's see, how old was I 5 years ago? 27, 26, 25,
22.
24, 20. Yeah. No, I thought I'd get married around 23. That was just when I had made a life timeline that seemed ideal to me. I think that's when my mom got married. She was 23, so I just kind of assumed I would too.
I think I thought I was going to get married at 23.
I
was
don't know,
like,
it just sounded like a good age.
get back from the mission, 21, and then at 23 it's 2 years of school. Like, I thought I'd be married.
Yeah. It's interesting how we're kind of like raised to think that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then life is just always different than you expect. And for some people it's opposite. It's like they come home and they say, "Oh, I don't want to get married," and they get married right off the bat.
They meet the right person at the right time.
Yeah,
Bing, bang, boom,
right
it's
person,
over.
right time. It really does just take that right person, right time. Keep having faith and hope in that. I'm talking to myself here too. Right time. Yeah, I think going about life knowing it's not gonna look like what you have in your head, you're not set up for disappointment. Not saying you'll be disappointed with your life, but I think in our world with social media especially, we just like set our expectations kind of far out there and we forget to just enjoy reality.
Yeah. I think a lot of people get discouraged with themselves when they're like, "Oh, I don't have the job I wanted," or "I'm not in the profession that I wanted," or I'm not married. And it's like they get so discouraged, but then they forget about like all their friends that they have now that they probably wouldn't have if they were dating,
the path life took them,
or if they were moving to a different state for a job. It's like you should be appreciative of like who's in your life now and what's going on, rather than beating yourself out about something that you wanted when you were a young person, you know?
Yeah.
Young and immature.
And on the flip side, like when we're expecting too much, that definitely creates anxiety, right?
Yep.
Anxiety is in the future, depression's in the past. The present is where you can find probably the most happiness. That's what Julie in a few episodes back said. Happiness is now. you know,
I
just
like
being
that.
wherever you're at. And like gratitude, like last episode, the highest frequency, you just gotta be grateful and let it come back to you. And I think you can expect your life to be great. It's just you can't get fixated on a path.
Yep.
But like you can have a general path as long as you know it's a squiggly path and it won't be quite what you think.
Squiggly upwards, hopefully.
I don't know. I get anxious, more on the anxious side too, of like, what is my future going to hold? Will this or this happen? Like, I know trials and struggles will come, but like,
Natalie
what am I
getting
gonna expect?
anxious? What?
Oh, funny, George. Anyways, work in progress. Okay. Married folk again. Did it feel easy, quote unquote, when you decided to get married? Yeah, this was a selfish question. I don't want to get too personal here, but yeah, just something on my mind, you know, as you're dating and in long-term relationships, what it looks like, what you feel like. And that for me is an expectation I had set and fantasized and built up in my head. So now I'm trying to like figure out, I don't know, I'm just trying to figure it out. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Should we look at the answers?
Yeah, let's see those answers.
Okay. And this question is like, in a sense, was it easy dating? Or was it like a natural decision to decide to get married? So here's some answers. Someone said, yes, still had worries / unknowns, but felt confident that we were going to be an awesome team.
Awesome. Easy to get married, harder to stay married, depending on the couple, of course, and time spent together. Oh, sorry, buddy.
I think just marriage is hard, and even though it's wonderful, I think it just takes work. Like all good things in life, it takes work.
Yep.
Someone said no, it wasn't easy. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the next one person says, being with my husband was a breath of fresh air. I never didn't want to be with him. So it was like a double negative. She always wanted to be with him.
Yes, of course took effort and time, but got to the point where it was the natural next step.
Yeah, someone else said yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes and no. Uh-oh, come on. All right, yes, because he's incredible and kind, and no, because it's scary to commit. Commitment issues.
It is scary. I just knew I never wanted to break up with him, and eternity is scary, but so is life without him.
Aww.
That one's a cool one.
Definitely just felt right.
Yes, VV natural, hence the 3-month engagement.
Careful there. Okay, it's just a choice, like everything else. Is believing in God easy? Because you choose.
Yeah. Someone said yes.
Yes, but then there was a lot of tribulation. Satan knows when it's a good thing. Ooh. I like that.
Me too. People throw rocks at things that shine.
Yeah.
That was off key, but go Taylor.
Justin Bieber song, right?
Someone said, had never felt more right.
It was very easy, and I had been engaged or almost engaged before this. But this time it
probably felt easy.
Yeah.
It didn't finish. Yes, TV and media makes us seem like it's only real if it's drama, but real was easy for me.
Wow. Someone else says yes.
Yes.
I was ready before he was, and that was super hard. Oh. Have you talked about that on your podcast yet?
Like what?
Like when, because there's two people in a relationship.
Yeah.
But let's say that you're starting to go out with somebody,
mm-hmm.
and you're not official, and the girl's ready to commit, but the guy's not, or the guy's ready to commit and the girl's not. Have you guys talked about that yet?
We haven't talked about it on the podcast, but it happens all the time.
All the time.
And then it kind of leads into a big puddle of confusion at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I see people, I'm not going to call you out, but you know who you are.
George.
No. Thankfully not George.
Okay.
But where they date and it's great, and then different things happen, but they stay best friends, and it's like, wait, why aren't they dating again? And like sometimes it might just be accepting those things that made you break up in the first place. Because if you're like staying best friends,
yep.
then you can overcome whatever is holding you back from dating, in my opinion. And then timing. It really is timing. I think you can have faith and jump into a relationship. I mean, obviously do it when you feel ready, or sometimes when you don't feel ready, you just have to try. And if one feels more inclined than the other, sometimes it's a patient game. Sometimes it goes one way or the other.
That's scary.
It is scary.
What
Relationships are scary.
What if you're ready to commit and the other person's not?
I've been trying to think about that more. Just be like, what does it feel like to be ready for me? Everybody's individually and different. But like for me, we just get to choose what it feels like for ourselves. And I think I've watched too many movies and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I've always expected it to feel this way. And like reading these answers too, it's like, yeah, for most people it is natural. But there are some people that said no, you know, like
Yep.
maybe they broke off their engagement and then they realized it, like, it is just a scary thing. Some people break up and then get back together and then get married. Like everybody's path is different. And I do this and it's probably not the best to get all these ideas in my head when I need to really just go ground myself. It's interesting. I went running for 7 hours yesterday, didn't listen to music at all. And I'm like, what did I even think about? But like when I run, my brain like kind of slows down, surprisingly. And I can't even remember half the things I thought about. It didn't feel productive. But it's just interesting that like our headspace can just be,
Wow.
I don't know, in different
7
areas.
hours with no music?
Yeah, it was intense.
Did you have like a podcast or anything
No,
going?
I wanted to
Audiobook?
save my phone energy because my watch died and I was tracking my run on my phone. Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
it was an insane run. We're gonna have an episode about ultra running soon here. Don't do it.
I will not be a part of that podcast.
Don't do it. Just kidding. No, it's great, but also awful. Anyways, so yes, hard when you're ready before someone else, but like I know this person and they ended up getting married, so people will come around to what is right for them, you know.
Yep.
And sometimes long relationships end in a breakup, and it is so incredibly hard, you know? But follow your heart, follow your gut, which I'm trying to take that advice. I'll let you know when I figure it out. Okay, we'll keep going.
That was a good response, though. I like that one.
Me too.
I think that one's yours.
Oh, easiest decision ever. The right person doesn't feel like a risk because they make life better. That's a good point.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, for me it was when you know. But for him, he still did not know the day of.
It's a leap of faith for some people. For some
Man.
of us out here, it's hard.
How did you guys?
It's not easy.
How
Ow.
did you guys make that? Wow! Wow!
But she also said not at all, but we were working through a lot and her spouse was in therapy, which helped a lot.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, we all have personal issues and we do our best to bring our whole selves to a partnership, right? So it's two wholes coming together. But like everyone has needs, everyone has issues and struggles, and it's finding that balance of just wanting to do it together.
Yeah.
And sometimes sacrificing some of your needs to help their needs. That's something I've been learning lately. Like, I think I am a very self-centered, needy person. And I just like my life agenda, and I'm grateful for the boy I'm dating who's just so helpful and willing to do things. But I've been really trying hard to get out of this groove and like really focus on what are his needs. And which I've been doing this whole relationship.
He's a great guy.
Just unfortunately it's not as natural for me to just do that for people, and that's not just with him, it's with anyone. Like I just want to focus on others more, and I think in any relationship that's a key to success is they're putting their needs before your own, which I'm still trying to figure out what that means. What does that mean, George? Putting someone's needs before your own.
I feel like. Oh, okay. Putting someone else's needs before your own.
Yeah.
It's just taking a step back. It's like saying, hey, like I have something that I want to do. I feel like my parents kind of showed it a lot, where it's like, my mom had 8 kids.
Wow.
It's like,
Yeah.
guess what she did on Saturday? Not what she wanted. We went to every soccer game and basketball game. We didn't do what she wanted, so it's like that's a huge
Her
sacrifice.
life were her husband and kids.
Yeah, and guess what? I think she was happy. I'm hoping she was happy, but yeah, it's like that's not what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
So
When I asked you that question, my mind immediately went to mothers.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because
hands down.
you immediately just your life is revolved around keeping other people alive.
Literally,
Literally.
keeping their needs
And,
before yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mothers are amazing. I love it. Okay, someone said, "Yep."
Easy to get. What? Serious dating, engaged, married.
My mom didn't understand the question. That's
Okay.
right. We get it now. Someone said, "100%, so natural. It didn't feel like a decision, but everyone's experience is different."
Yeah. Someone else said yes.
Yes, we were apart for 3 years, and I dated a lot, but never found anyone like him.
Aw. Someone else said no.
Honestly, no, lol. It's a big jump in life and can be scary, but also feels natural once you decide to go for it.
Dang. Okay. Yes and no. I really had to mourn the single life I loved to welcome a new stage of life. Oh my gosh, that speaks to me.
I kind of want to like have a tombstone of single life, R.I.P. when I get married. Because I mean, I'm not
like your
I'm not
nightstand.
single now, but like until I'm sealed in the temple. Like in a sense, I'm still single, right? I'm not like in a marriage, even though I'm in a relationship. Which maybe that's my problem.
She's not single, boys.
Maybe I need to. I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, no, I don't want to get personal right now.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Natalie is not single. She has a boyfriend.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying until I'm like married in the temple, like I'm not in a marriage yet. I don't know. Well, yeah. Someone else said, absolutely. Enough time dating, going through enough experiences together, those made it feel clear. So yeah, timing is everything.
All right. For me, yes. For my husband, no. He was an anxious mess.
Guys, we never know what's going on behind the cute pictures of couples we see. I mean, you see someone get engaged and you're like overjoyed for them, but like it takes a lot of work and we don't see that side of things. I mean, it's I believe it is between you and whoever you're dating or your husband or spouse. You know, like that is between you two to figure out, and you're not going to post that on social media, but just reminding ourselves that that happens. There are hard conversations in every relationship going on that we just don't see, but
That's
just
right.
just
That's
like this, that was validating.
It's like between you and your spouse or like your significant other.
Totally.
And like your best friend, and then like obviously their best friends, and like obviously their parents know about it, and like your siblings some know about it, but just between you and all those people. Yeah.
It's not bad to have other people you go to as long as your significant other's the first person you go to.
It's good to have other emotional support animals. I mean humans.
Yeah, but like yeah, partnership is where you can rely on that person for everything. But yeah, you can be anxious and that's okay. I think sitting in our no, don't sit in anxiety, but just acknowledging that it's okay to move forward even if you're anxious.
Yep.
Maybe I need to say that to myself again 10 times. Okay. Someone said yes, new after only a few weeks. No games, just very natural and easy.
All right.
And then
Yeah, for the last one, for me it was easy.
so yeah, majority it's pretty easy and natural. But at the same time, that's not everyone.
Nope.
That's not everyone.
Nope.
Okay, the last thing was best relationship advice. And here's what some people said.
Oh boy. All right. Scripture study and prayers together.
Learn to speak in a way that your partner can hear, speak their language, and vice versa. That's big. Communication.
Yeah. Communication and understanding. All right. Most of your needs filled. Why is that a winky face?
Oh, it's just a period.
Oh, sorry. It's just a period. Not a winky face. G-rated. Plus, it's fun when you think of someone else's heart more.
Than your own. That one carries over.
Oh, does it? Okay.
So think of someone else's heart more than your own.
Oh, I see it. I see
like
it now.
that. Each day, intentionally think of how you can lift your spouse or ease a load they're facing. If both of you are selflessly doing that, you will both feel supported and loved and get most of your needs filled. That carried over. There we go.
Okay. There was like 4 responses, and so we got to figure it out.
That carried on. Okay, that made sense. So yeah. So both feel supported and loved and get most of your needs filled. So intentionally going into your day saying, how can I ease a load that my significant other is facing? That is a really cool concept to me, because if you're both doing that to each other, you understand that each of you have needs, and if you're both trying, it's no like, oh, they did this, so I need to do it for them. It's just, you're just giving.
Yeah. I also like the word intentionally. I feel like that puts like effort, where it's like you're making an effort to intentionally do something or put them ahead of you. But also to pin off of that, it's like, I feel like, and this is me personally, don't take this saying like I'm like a dating coach, but in my mind, like a good relationship, like a perfect relationship for me, is when the two partners think the other person's too good for them.
Oh yeah.
So you're like always trying to be better, to like make sure that, not to like make sure that they don't leave, but like to impress them or to like get to their level. But if both people are doing that, then you're just like you're gonna push off of each other all the way to the top. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to pay attention to more too. You know, there's definitely ways people make you better, and not just in a romantic relationship, but even with like siblings. I definitely notice differences in my siblings that push me to be better, and I can push them to be better in the ways that I'm better at. Someone said, give the benefit of the doubt.
I like that. Too much to be honest. I've learned a lot since my divorce. Aww.
Date long enough to see how they react in all different situations, and don't overlook things that bug you.
Yeah. If you overlook things that bug you, it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Embrace freedom and joy independently. Ooh, see, that's the single life. I love it.
But you don't have to lose yourself to be in a relationship. You know, it's just a new chapter. Like someone said, they had to just say goodbye to that single life. It is a sacrifice to say bye to single life. It really is. I mean, but you don't know how great it is until you're there. Like marriage. I mean, I'm just assuming I'm not there yet, but that's what I've heard. And we heard that from people. Best part of marriage. Someone said, marriage is all about getting really good at saying I'm sorry and forgiving.
I like it. Okay, truly just be yourself, and because the perfect person for you who will adore you forever is out there. Oh, who will adore you is out there.
Yeah, someone will adore you. I love that. Be quick to forgive, give each other grace, laugh often. I love that one.
Yeah. In an argument, when you want to talk, just listen.
Yeah. Silence really can be a key. Although there are times where this was habit number 5 for those of you who have read 7 Habits for Highly Effective People. You guys, I'm going to do a whole episode on this 7
What?
habits.
Really?
I loved it. There's so many amazing principles. But yeah, it's just seek first to understand before being understood. And I think in an argument, that is like the key to not letting it
to like win the
derail.
argument. Like if you listen, they'll mess up, and then you can use it against them in the future.
And George is like, yes.
No, I read that book, the 7. That was like years ago. That was like in
I
like
haven't finished reading it yet, but I've gone through the training.
It was like 2017 or 2018 or something.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
There's lots of good things there. Yeah, let's see. Live in the present and don't get into your own head.
Being patient goes a long way.
Yeah, patience. I don't know. Would you say that's love, then patience and forgiveness? Love, forgiveness, patience? How would you rate those 3?
Oh, there's no Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew.
Okay, sorry. So Mountain Dew, love, patience. What was the third one?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Oh.
I think love comes first.
Yeah,
and
love. Love comes after Mountain Dew.
Like the
that's
2
right.
great commandments, love God and love others as thyself. Any other commandment falls under one of those 2 things.
How come love, honor like parents comes after that? I don't understand that.
If you love your parents, you'll honor them. If you love God, you'll honor your parents. You know, it all just relates. But yeah, I think you love, and then you work on being patient, you work on forgiving, have humor. I think humor is like, there's so many quotes. Just laugh your way through life. If you stumble, make it part of the dance.
Yeah, if you're not quoting Hot Rod, are you even in love?
Everyone has their own things they can do in their. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about like observing married couples is just seeing the little things that they click with.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, that's cool that that couple does that. You know, and like other couples are completely opposite. And it's just fun to know that like everybody is different. All people are different people. Ted Lasso.
Ooh.
So good. I'm watching season 2.
Oh my gosh.
It is so good.
It's very good.
Well, that's the end of this poll segment. We're so grateful for George and his thoughts. I had to like really pressure him to come on the podcast tonight, but we're grateful for the 43 minutes we got.
She's holding my nieces hostage right now.
Oh my gosh, never. I'd be so sad. Anyways, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode that came out a few days past Tuesday, but that's all right. And stay tuned for a few days later for the next episode. Dun dun dun.
Let's go.
Bye. Spread the light, light the passion, everybody.
That's it. That's it.